Hi guys! So, if you watched my last video, you will know that I'm trying to get my shit together, so to speak, at the moment, and I want to eat enough food, make sure I'm eating enough food, and make sure I'm eating enough of the right food to support my goals. So, I have decided to get back on the meal prep train, but it won't be meal prep as you know it. It's going to be delicious as well as nutritious. It's not going to be the same thing over and over again. And yeah, I'm just going to show you how you can meal prep and make sure you're getting enough of the right thing on a whole foods vegan diet, but at the same time eat some tasty food and make sure you get a little bit of variety along the way. So I'm going to take you shopping with me and then I will show you exactly how I'm prepping everything. And yeah, let's go. So yeah, I'm just going to go to the supermarket and grab everything I need. Now, obviously I have some things at home in the cupboard already, so things that I'm going to use for the marinades and things, soy sauce and all that stuff. So not everything I'm buying in this supermarket shop, but most of the main bulk of things I'm getting. And yes, I know, most of it's got packaging on it and that is not great, and I would like to move more towards doing a bit more bulk shopping and not having loads of packaging, but one thing at a time, guys. I'm just trying to sort my life out at the moment and this is the best I can do at this moment in time. So yeah, I am just going to grab everything I need and whack it in the trolley. Here you can see my Alpro yogurt, which again is more processed, it's not a whole food, but as you'll see in the meal plan, it's pretty much 90-95% whole foods, and then it's just supplemented with a few things to make my life a little bit easier, get a bit more protein in, and yeah, I don't mind a little bit here and there. Those little vegetarian pies there, they're actually vegan, they're super tasty, and that's just basically something to whack in the freezer for kind of when maybe we've run out of meal prep stuff or when we just don't feel like the same thing over and over again. I just think it's a good idea to have it in the freezer just in case we want to have a little treat. So I'm going to start with the black beans that I'm going to prepare. I am making a hell of a lot of black beans here, but basically black beans are super amazing for you. If you haven't tried them before or you think you don't like them, I really like them the way I'm about to prepare them, and they are so good for you. You should really be eating them if you're on a vegan diet. And if you want to get lots of protein in your diet, they're perfect because they're naturally very high in protein, low in fat, and they're just super nutrient dense. So I've been adding them into my diet recently and really liking them, and this is the way I prepare them. So all I'm going to do is heat up some water in the frying pan. I don't like to fry in oil, but you can if you want to, but I just pour the onions in, let them cook until they're soft, and then I added a load of garlic. I think it was like 6-7 cloves of garlic. Then I mixed up some vegetable stock. This is 500 milliliters of vegetable stock, but I'm just adding a bit to stop the onions from sticking. Then I'm going to add in the spices, so I just add in a little sprinkle of cumin, and then also some turmeric. Stir that around a little bit just to get the onions coated in the spices, and then pour the black beans in and again stir so you can get that all mixed in with the spices. Then I'm just adding the rest of the 500 milliliters of vegetable stock, and then an extra 500 milliliters of water I will add later. And then I'm going to boil them for a very long time. I like to cook my beans for a long time just because I have a sensitive digestive system and sometimes beans can irritate that, but if I make sure to really rinse them in the beginning and cook them for a while, then I don't seem to have any problems. Then I'm just using my little handy dandy tool, which I love, to squeeze in the juice of 1 lemon, and then also the juice of a lime. Now, I'm going to put in the description box below, not full recipes because I don't really have them for this because I kind of just eyeball everything, but kind of a rough estimate of what I'm putting in so that you guys can make these if you want to. I make the beans ahead of time, and then when I want to eat them, which will be this week, I will cook up the rice the night before, have them with rice, and also make a little salsa out of some tomatoes and sweet corn, and that should be delicious. So now I'm moving on to the tempeh. I actually marinated this yesterday, which is why it sucked all of the marinade up and it looks a bit dry. But yeah, again, I'm going to put the marinade ingredients down in the description box below. And yeah, I really like tempeh. I used to really not like it when I first tried it, and I've got to say it doesn't look that attractive. I think I've said it once before, I think it looks a bit like a shriveled up ball sack, but it tastes super nice. Once you get used to the flavor, the strange sort of flavor, you actually start really liking it. And it's a really good high protein source in a vegan diet, and yeah, I really like it. Give it a go with this marinade and see if you like it too. Right, next we're moving on to breakfast. So I've been really liking overnight oats or soaked oats, whatever you want to call them lately. So here I'm actually preparing Jacob's, so this is why the thing is nearly full. This is 1.5 cups of oats. I'm just going to pop that in with just about half a tablespoon of chia seeds, top it all the way up with almond milk. Then pop in some vanilla bean paste because I put this in everything because it is super, super tasty. Give it a little shake so that it's all kind of mixed together. And then I'm just going to whack it in the fridge overnight. Now, when you come to eat it in the morning, you might want to pour it out into a bowl and kind of add a bit more milk. And then I like to top it with almond butter, a bit of agave nectar, and these massive blueberries. Also, I made a batch of date balls yesterday. Well, 2 batches actually. One was my original recipe, which I will link down below because I did a video for it ages ago. And one was some lemon poppy seed ones, which I'm kind of playing about with the recipe for. But if you don't have time for that, you can always just do this. Whack a Brazil nut in the middle of a date, and you get your daily intake of selenium in a delicious little mouthful. And yeah, super quick to make. I should have said before though, these are snacks rather than breakfast, so the Brazil nuts and the date balls are just snacks to have lying around for if you get a bit peckish. And when you see my face in a minute, I'm going to explain why I've only made a few things that don't seem like full meals yet. So yeah, like I said, those aren't the complete meals, but they are the things that take the most amount of time. So when I kind of do my meal prep, I like to cook on the weekend on a Sunday what takes the most amount of time. So the tempeh because it took time to marinate, the date balls because they just take time and they're a bit fiddly to roll up and things like that. And yeah, then in the week what I'm gonna do is cook up the fresh things either the night before or a couple of nights before. So like I said with the black beans, we will do rice the night before and then I'll make a little salsa with some tomatoes and sweet corn, lemon juice, things like that. And then with the tempeh the night before, I'm gonna boil up some little baby potatoes and steam some broccoli, and then another day we're gonna have it kind of in like some nice crusty bread with some avocado and tomato, just to keep it a bit interesting, and it's super tasty that way. So I will show you in some videos throughout the week how I'm doing my lunches, and also I'll show you what we're doing for dinner, because I didn't mention that, but I just didn't want the video to be overwhelmingly full of information. So I hope you've taken something from it, I hope you try some of the recipes, and yeah, let me know if you meal prep and if it helps you out, if you have a busy lifestyle, or whether you just think it's boring and you can't be bothered and you prefer just to do it on the fly. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below whether you like this video, give it a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.